Hello there, my name is Jason Laughlin, owner of Savant. After a career in the Army, I turned my discipline and storytelling instincts toward photography and video. I create cinematic promo films, event and wedding coverage, and nature and editorial photography that help small business, conservation groups, and individuals connect with their audiences. I deliver professional, deadline-driven multimedia on time and on budget. Visuals that boost engagement and inspire action, and I'm passionate about using my work to support meaningful causes that tell the stories behind our untamed domains. So I'm going to give you a little tour of my portfolio website. This is something I've created for my capstone, and hopefully will bring in some business in the future. It's something I can show people. I still need to work on my coloring a little bit. I was having a hard time with the coloring matching the font and, showing up, my font showing up on all pages. But this is my home page right here. A visual storyteller, authentic, resilient photographer, videographer, capturing weddings, events, and local business promos. Passionate national parks traveler, documenting landscapes and stories with heart and craft. That kind of sums up everything I do. I've been doing a lot more promo. I've been working on promo videos for local businesses lately and conservation groups. Move on to my first page after the home page, which is the About page. And let's see if that ever goes over. It's a little bit slow. I'm not going to read this whole thing for you because it's kind of long, but it tells a little bit about my history. I was in the Air Force as a meteorologist in my younger days, my teenage and early 20s. After 9/11, I got out, and after 9/11, I went back into the Army as a nurse, as a medic, and then got my nursing license. I was injured in Afghanistan and have kind of been finding my path since then. So now I've found my new callings, and that's photography and videography, and I love the outdoors and woods. I spend a lot of time out there, and that's what I really love to shoot. And I kind of use my event and wedding photography and promos to fund my adventures. In the future, I would very much like to travel through all the national parks and eventually start hitting the state parks and write about them, take photos and write about them. And I've got a thing for coffee table books, so I'd like to publish them. Now, whether they sell or not, I'd just love to create some. Moving on to my video portfolio page. These are some of the projects I've worked on over the last half a year. So I've taken a video editing, video production classes, and I've made some local promo videos and little mini things. I'm currently moving through the page. I'm currently working on, going down to the bottom, a promo video for Yak Valley Forest Council. I'm spending a lot of time with them out in the field. I'm working on getting, talking head videos with lighting and all that. It's work in progress, so I'll start putting stuff up as I get it, just to show the process. But moving back up, I have a promo video here that you can peruse at your leisure for a local business called Pink Bench Distilling. It's owned by two females. It's a pretty unique venture. It's all locally sustained ingredients, and it's pretty cool. So check that out. Below it is a silly little mini movie that I made. It's a few minutes long, called Squatch. For Sasquatch, it's me out in the woods getting attacked. So you can look at those as you'd like. I've got a couple of journalism stories that I threw up there. One I was really proud of, about grizzly, artificial introduction of grizzlies into the Bitterroot Valley up here in Montana, and connecting the glacier and Yellowstone habitats. So you can look through that as you'd like. There's the story, and I've got some illustrations at the bottom. Another journalism story about Wild Montana. It's a conservation group that is across Montana. I was heavily involved with them when I was living in Missoula. They don't have as much of a presence up here in Troy, Montana, up in the very northwest Montana area. Up here, I live in an area called the Yak. It kind of extends from Kalispell over to the Idaho border and the Kootenai River, which is what I live on, up to the Canadian border. So that's the group I'm most involved with right now. As I told you with my video portfolio, I'm working on a project with them. I put a gallery in there as just to kind of document my photography stuff. I've been working on, I've done some weddings and events. I do a lot of nature photography. But you can scroll through those and see some of the shots that I've gotten around western Montana here. Some I'm very proud of. You know, some my wildlife photography, I'd love to get some better shots. I just never seem to have the right equipment on me when I see these animals. So I've started carrying it everywhere. But I'll have some better shots up there. I have a contact page. I didn't include any kind of form to fill out because I don't like those. I'd rather hear from you directly, and I may change my mind on that in the future, but I've got my phone number, email, and then my LinkedIn address so you can peruse that. I have been working on my LinkedIn site quite a bit, so you can check that out. I certainly need to add some more stuff to it, you know, to just be a little bit more in the work zone. But I did include a resume page up here. It's specific for a position that I was looking at, so it's going to be changed a little bit. But it's just kind of will give you a good idea of, you know, what I've done in this lane. You know, of course, I'm 48 years old, so I've done a lot of stuff. I've been a meteorologist in the Air Force, a nurse in the Army. I was always kind of a science guy until I got hurt and couldn't nurse anymore, and had to find some new callings. And I kind of went into I found out I could write, and from there I went to journalism school and found out that I really love taking photos and videos and editing them. And I love sharing people's adventures and their experiences and making them the absolute best that I can. So there's a download option at the bottom to get to my resume. And at the bottom of every page, I included my contact information as well with the link to my LinkedIn page. So that is my website. And I hope you've enjoyed it, and please let me know if there's anything that I could do better or do differently. And thank you very much.